Is this going? We're now. I think, yay. Hi, people, look at this. Look at this. Okay, we're done with E3. We are now driving, and I wanted to show you guys. Look. Hey, Blaine, are you comfy back there?
Oh, yeah. How's it going? Got a box.
We have a ton of equipment in the car that we have to take to the Funhouse guys at the full screen office to ship back to Austin, like games cases and Xboxes and stuff. And we're all traveling together. Turns out we underestimated how much space we need.
It's like you said, like we masturbated how much space we need.
Well, we did that too.
We did that too. E3 is a very lonely time in our lives.
Indeed.
So, Blaine,
Hey.
how was E3 for you?
What's up?
Are you happy E3's over?
A little bit. I'm gonna go home and watch all the press conferences. I only saw Microsoft's because I was there. All the other ones I didn't even see them.
It looks like you're not. It looks like you're not talking because I can see your nose and I can see your ears, but I can't see any
My
mouth.
sunglasses. This looks like Wicked at Burnie's, like I'm just a dead guy.
I like if we made Blaine carry a bunch of heavy stuff and then put all that heavy stuff on him in the car.
Blaine was carrying like 3 games cases and Xboxes, using his super muscles to get to the car, and then we packed them all on top of
Tetris
him.
the shit out of this.
We did. We really did.
It's all crammed in here.
We had to leave your suitcase at the hotel because we were going to ship it to you.
Oh, I won't have clothes for a few days.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Actually, if I did lose my suitcase when I checked it, basically all of my underwear would be gone. Like, I think I packed...
You packed all your underwear?
At least all my nice stuff. I think the only thing I have left at home is, like, the really shitty, like, the rubber and the elastic
Wait,
thing.
hold on. You have rubber underwear?
No, the elastic.
No, there's elastic when the waistband kind of, like, disintegrates.
Yeah, and then it's just cloth. It's like a loincloth.
Usually, loincloth. Usually you don't tell people about that. Usually you keep that as a secret. Or...
That's
just
like
get rid of that underwear.
Is that like your secret shame underwear?
No, it's like, oh, I didn't do laundry, so I gotta, cover my goods. I'll wear these, I guess.
Do you have to cover your goods, do you? Aren't those what pants are for?
It's not in my home, sometimes, you just walk around naked. It's cool.
Blaine, do you have a washer and dryer in your apartment? Or
I do.
In your apartment?
Yeah.
No excuse. No excuse.
Yeah, you gotta
No.
watch that.
Well,
Of course, I say that as someone who does laundry like once every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Me. I got rid of like 75% of my clothes. So I run out of clothes after like 4 or 5 days. And then I just wash everything in one load, essentially. It's the best system ever.
So, like,
People are asking us how long the drive is back from E3. So
We're not driving. Yeah.
well, actually, they just asked how long the drive is. I guess the drive, to the Funhouse offices is
yeah.
like 20 minutes?
E3's in downtown LA, which is weird because downtown LA is not like downtown in other cities. There's really not much to downtown LA. It's gotten a lot bigger in the last like 5 years. But the convention center is there, and we're driving from downtown LA to Playa Vista, which is to the southwest as you get closer to LAX, which is the airport, the big airport. And Siri's telling us we have some time. We're going to be 21 minutes. But this is the fastest you'll ever see LA traffic go. We found a secret
this.
freeway.
I'm going to say, here's the thing about this freeway. This is a secret freeway. It's on the other freeway. There's a freeway, and here's a freeway, and they're not the same freeway. But they share a road. But they don't because of those lines.
Are we in the HOV lane?
Nope, we're in something called an express lane.
We're in a fast track lane, which we probably don't have a pass for, but we're in a rental car, so...
YOLO.
YOLO. Fast track YOLO. So I want to say something. So Ashley and Blaine were 2 of the hardest working people I've ever seen in my life this week. You guys were like a machine. You guys were... After that first day, it was nuts. We hit the floor. We'd never done anything like this before. We went up there for like 30 minutes. We had a scheduled break, and then we stayed up there for 30 minutes because we had a very typical technical problem. We were trying to get GTA to work, which every Let's Play in the world complains about GTA, and we learned about that firsthand. And Ashley being very nice, we probably stuck with that problem longer than we should have, like trying to fix it for the streamer, because we didn't want to bump a YouTuber from that big stage. That's a big opportunity for a lot of people, and so we probably stuck with that a little bit longer than we should have. But then we made like some big adaptations on the fly, where we got that step and repeat and had people up there all the time, and we never went back to a break, did we? We had some trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah, the only thing we did after that trip is we didn't even make up schedule cards for the next 2 days.
Yeah, so it was great. I mean, it was amazing.
You would only cut the trailers if we needed to let crew go to the bathroom, because it wasn't just me and Ashley. It was like, how many people were there?
There was, I mean, God, so there were like 4 people in in the control room because there was our show director, Rob, who we brought in, who was amazing. He did a fantastic job.
Rob Talbert used to be at Machinima. He did what was it? It's like VH1 Behind the Music, but for video games.
Yeah, and he's done all kinds of stuff. He's done like Emmy red carpets, all kinds of stuff. He's produced a lot of live events. He did such a great job. And then there we had a technical director who did the actual video switching. We had we had a video person who would load up the videos to get ready to switch in. We had someone who loaded the graphics so they could get switched in.
And then we had a very, very, typical AV crew for an exhibition space that ran the booth. They set up the booth, they set up the monitors, and then they made sure that everything we were doing could appear up on the screen. And Blaine and Ashley were acting as like the liaisons between Rooster Teeth and the YouTube crew.
And all of the guests.
YouTube provided all that crew. They were great. YouTube did that whole booth. They designed that whole thing. And they provided the crew that ran the whole thing. And we essentially just had to provide hosting. And then we did all the scheduling and got all the developers there as well. But Destiny was great when we got Destiny there. And they were able to get those boxes up and running like in 20 minutes while we were on the side stage.
Yeah, they came back. So they actually came in before the show opened on Tuesday. And again before the show opened on Wednesday. No.
Bungie did or did
the Bungie guys came to the booth twice. They came, I think it was Tuesday and Wednesday, just to make sure. Hi everybody. They came Tuesday and Wednesday just to make sure. Look at that. Look at this. Hold on.
I can see you. Hey, I can't look over there. Oh. We hit traffic now.
Uh-oh.
I was bragging about LA traffic and look at this.
Leave it to Burnie. Look at that. What's happening?
We are still miles away from the full screen offices. We're full funhouse.
Yeah, so those Destiny guys, we were the only, this was super, super cool. And I didn't know this at first, but Bungie just really hooked us up. The YouTube live stream for Destiny that we did was the only time they let Destiny out of their booth.
That's the case for most of those games. They were not going to take them out of the booth. I think Guitar Hero was one of the ones that traveled the most in the show, because I know that Kind of Funny had them on their stage too. But most of the time, it's like they build those demos for games. They're like a slice of the game, a very specific slice, and they work months on just that. What are you laughing about? Oh boy, yeah, he's so funny back there. So it's a big commitment for them to leave the booth.
Just so happy.
The picture of Blaine that Ashley took is so funny. You should make that your profile pic.
It's box. Yeah, the Bungie guys are really on top of it. Rock Band thing went really well too.
Rock Band was really fun. The thing that makes me sad about Rock Band is so we were Harmonize was able to get that music cleared for the live stream, but not for video on demand. So that is the one segment that we can't post onto YouTube after this event, which is a shame because Colton came on. Laser team, he came on and he was waiting because he was going on. He was going to do Destiny because he's a huge Destiny fan, and we were just playing Rock Band and none of us wanted to sing. Joel Rubin sang and he did a great job.
Yeah, he was
nobody wanted to sing. I would love to hear Lawrence sing.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
Lawrence was on the drums.
Joel Rubin, he popped the singing cherry.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to, I hopped down because I wanted to see if anyone else wanted to do it. Because Rock Band's the kind of game that it just works really well to have people like rotating in and out and having a good time. Yeah. And went down there and Colton was like, I'll sing. And we were like, okay, that's great. That's super exciting. He's willing to sing. And then he got up there and rapped it and turned into Janis Joplin.
Yeah, he saw the title come up. He's like, Janis Joplin? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, Dave! He immediately launched into it, man. He was awesome.
Yeah, we thought he was complaining about it, but now we think he's just a Janis Joplin super fan.
Obviously, he looks like that.
James and Lawrence were playing drums on Expert live.
Oh.
No, they weren't.
No, yeah, they were. They played on Expert. The turns.
No.
Periscope sucks, man.
Bruce and just all those Funhouse guys are really good at Guitar Hero. Except for I think Kovic. I think Kovic sucks out of Kovic.
Yeah, yeah, it was really hard too. I felt bad. I started on easy because it's been a while since I've played Rock Band.
Oh, and the latency.
Yeah, so I was playing on easy, but easy is almost harder sometimes because you can't get into a groove.
Yeah, there's no rhythm to it.
It was just every couple of seconds there would be one beat that you do. But with that, with the screen and everything, because we had that feed from the console going to 4 different screens because it went to the big screen up top, it went to the monitor that we were looking at, it was on a monitor to the side that they used to set up.
There's like 12 monitors everywhere around the whole booth too. It was going to those as well.
So one of the things that this is an idea for immersion that we never got to use, but we were always trying to figure out when music games were popular. They were very popular a few years ago and then fell off completely. And now they're back at the same time, which I find interesting. Like Rock Band, people were trying to find stuff to do with the instruments they had in their house because they no longer had to use them because nobody was playing Rock Band anymore. Although the Beatles one was awesome. So the idea that I had for immersion was put the song on easy, right? Then take all the notes as they go by, translate those to actual sheet music. Like you only get like every 5th note or something like that. And then have the actual band play the song, only being able to play like every 5th note. So it'd be like, you know, like that. And see what an actual Rock Band song would sound like in real life.
That'd be really funny.
And like in easy, you don't even get some of the chords. You only get like you get to choose like one of the notes and that's it. So now that they're back, maybe we'll give that a try. But you gotta find a band who'd be willing to play their songs that horribly too.
Yeah.
Well, there was a you mentioned was Ed from the Bare Naked Ladies?
Yeah.
He's like lost at karaoke for his own games or something like that, right?
No,
like
he
the one
typically
with, like singing games.
Yeah.
Like singing games, his wife beats him at their own songs.
Yeah, 1 week, the one the Chinese chicken, Ed does that long rap in it, and he'll sing the song, and he gets a B from the game. That's like some karaoke revolution on the PS2, because that song is like from the late 90s. He would get furious about that, he said, when everyone would beat him in his own damn song.
That's amazing. I figured out I didn't like singing, so if I ever had to sing, I would just hum the tune it was.
Oh yeah, you can totally cheat like that.
Yeah, or I would just say things at the rhythm of the song, you know, just like talk along with it.
Blaine, did you go to church much growing up?
What's that?
Are you a church-going family?
Yeah.
Somewhat?
Yeah. On and off.
I think that's a lot of people's first experience with singing is in church.
Yeah.
Right? Most people? And then
Church.
that's when you learn also to just like mouth along with the words and like make a half-ass effort.
Church camp, man. That's all the singing.
Church camp?
Oh yeah, I went to church camp. It was less because of like the whole, you know, churchy part, but it was actually because my dad went to the same camp. So whenever we showed up, and whenever he'd leave, we'd walk around the whole camp, and he'd just show me things like, oh, this is where this has happened with me and your Uncle Fred. So
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just a family tradition thing.
All right, hey, get over. We'll get 1.3 miles.
Does this make you guys dizzy?
Don't do that.
Sorry.
I think one of the
I feel bad. Apparently I'm losing connection a little bit.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, no,
Well,
it keeps coming in and out. I'm sorry, guys. We're driving through LA. This is not my phone's home turf.
When we get to the full screen office, that'll be really miserable. There's absolutely no reception at that office.
Yeah, we pretty much, because I'm not going to be able to get the phone on Wi-Fi in time, you lose signal in the office. It literally says no signal.
So why don't you tell people what we're doing with the videos?
We're doing the videos, yes, okay. And change it off traffic cam. So for the videos, they've already started going up on the No. We've got the first couple up, and we're going to be releasing, several each day. It's crazy when I look at how much content we actually made in the last 3 days. So we don't want to completely spam everybody's sub boxes. So it'll go up over the course of a couple of days. We'll have some up over the weekend and everything. Most of the videos will live on the No. Of course, Dude Soup will go on the Funhouse channel, and we'll be giving all of the guests that came on, we'll get their feeds so they can post to their own channels. We're not going to post up the creatures or anything like that, because that, we feel like that's their content and that they should have it.
Somebody asked about the creatures, by the way. Yeah, that'll go up on the creatures channel.
Yeah. So we're giving all that to them. We've got to get home before we can cut a lot of it out. And it's
shout out to Matt Peak, by the way.
Yes, huge shout out to Matt Peak. Matt Peak, first of all, he stayed super late with us. We stayed after the first day with the technical hiccups. We stayed until they literally kicked us out of the convention center. They told us that we had to leave, and that was at what, like 10:30.
Yeah.
And so he stayed with us the whole time, like helping, like troubleshooting and loading up stuff and testing everything. And he also he grabbed our footage and cut the pieces and helped us to get it uploaded, which was tough because we were on the show floor with the internet at these events is, first of all, terrible, and second of all, super expensive.
The plane looks huge,
if you want, look at that.
The plane looks enormous.
Yeah, it doesn't look as bad. It doesn't look as big on the screen.
Never does on the camera.
And so
Smoggy as shit.
yeah, it costs. Do you know it costs like $1,000 per megabit of internet you want in your booth?
Whoa.
So
And Ashley, when she sent the request, she made a typo. She asked for a 100 megabit connection, when she meant to ask for a 10 megabit connection, because that's what the developers were asking for in order to have games there. And she typed it and said 100 megabits, and people
YouTube had a heart attack.
Two people at Google came back. They were like, the tech guys were like, what? 100 megabits? I don't think that exists in the entire convention center.
I felt so
They were
bad.
going to dig trenches,
It was
lay down fiber.
but so we what ended up happening too is so we have the archive from our stream, but it's at the YouTube end of it. So the stream, like the videos aren't going to be perfect. There's going to be just glitches from the the encode and upload portion of it. But we'll oh dear. Oh, there was a thing.
A snake?
Not snake.
It's a snake.
Accident. There's gonna be a snake on the freeway. Why'd you come up with snake?
I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking freeway. So we'll get those up over the next couple of days.
Snake?
Snake.
I heard snake. The acoustics are fucked in here. Hey, what was you guys' favorite part of E3? What was your favorite E3 memory this year?
The end.
The end? Being on stage and falling asleep as soon as cameras went down?
Yeah. My favorite part, and Blaine, you'll probably back me up on this, probably your favorite part too, was when Ashley did so much work on Wednesday night going into Thursday, and you and I got to actually go to sleep.
Oh, shit.
That was actually really smart, because then Blaine and I were pretty fresh, and you did a ton of work.
Yeah, that was a godsend.
She duped me too. She tricked me into it.
How's
Because
that?
we were up working, and she goes, why don't we just it was like 2 in the morning. She's like, why don't we just take a nap? We'll wake up at like 6 and finish it up. And and with 2 a.m. your estimates of how much work you could do it in first thing in the morning are always much higher. So I was like, oh yeah, we can get that done. Let's do that. So then we went to bed, and she immediately woke up at like 2:30 and went back to work, and then just did everything by the time I woke up.
Trooper.
You were awesome.
Last night is the first night in like a month and a half that I haven't woken up every hour and a half or so feeling guilty about sleeping.
Yeah.
Stressing out.
And that was cool because I got to see HoloLens. There were 2 things that I wanted to go see HoloLens, and Blaine wanted to do that Star Wars thing. So we got him into that Star Wars thing, and they were nice enough to get me into that HoloLens thing for Halo. That was awesome.
Shout out to the guys that were running the X-Wing thing too, because they just rushed me to the front of the line. I felt bad for everybody that was waiting, but I literally sprinted there, and then they were like, all right, let's get you suited up, let's go, and then they got me out in no time. So I didn't even have to skip a beat. I came back, and we were right at that segment with Hike. So
Yeah, Blaine, you were seriously. I'm so glad you came. We could not have done this event without you.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to. Hopefully, we get to do it again next year. It's cool.
And just so you know, Blaine gave up a trip to Australia to do this. Essentially, he was on the docket to go, and then it was either going to be Josh Flanagan coming to E3 and Blaine going to Australia, or vice versa. And so, thank you very much, Blaine.
Yeah.
And so Blaine will be coming to Australia at the next possible opportunity. Blaine will be there.
Yeah.
In force.
Working on his tan.
Oh God, it's okay.
Yeah, it is winter right now there.
It is winter right now. So, if you wait, so we announced the dates for RTX Australia.
January, and 9 gig?
January 23rd, 24th.
There we
That's
go.
what it is, right? And in Sydney.
And then RTX is coming out. We talked about too that I'll be in right after RTX. I'm going to go to RT Ireland, and I'm going to go over to Ireland and see the Irish
Can I go?
RTs. Yeah, you want to go to Ireland?
You're on record.
What's that?
You're on record.
I didn't say with me. I just said you can go to Ireland if you want to. It's free world. You can do whatever you'd like to. Ashley got her wallet stolen, and so
I did.
we have to go to the airport super early.
Blaine, did you hear about that? That's why we're gonna go to the airport early. Sorry.
No, you're good.
She got to try to get on a plane with no driver's license.
Bernie told me that, and then didn't we also did that bag return up? The one?
No.
No. Shit.
We got so this week I had a bag with a brand new Razer laptop that was for the show go missing, and then last night walking to dinner, I got pickpocketed.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was because I had it. I paid for drinks at the hotel, and then when I was at the restaurant, I didn't have it then.
So where do you think it happened on the
Are you
street?
shooting my shoulder or are you shooting there?
Oh, I'm shooting your shoulder. I'm sorry.
It's so easy to forget about it when you're doing it.
Sorry.
Yeah, but you show Blaine, he's much funnier than I am.
I've caught people in the act trying to pickpocket.
Really?
Yeah, you can feel them filling you up. Especially when you're wearing a backpack, and I'll kind of feel them tug on the straps. I'll turn around and be like, "What are you doing?" Like,
Yeah, I actually found out that it got stolen. Do you ever get those notifications you get a text or something from your bank saying, "Hey, was this you?"
And it usually is you.
Suspicious transaction, and I'm always annoyed by those notifications.
Normally they
because I'm always like,
yeah,
it is. Stop declining my stuff. I mean, I'm here and I need to buy things. Well, last night we were at dinner, and I got the notification, and I was like, what? $500 at Target?
Really?
No. And so I said that. They immediately shut the card down. They already declined the transaction, so I didn't lose any money.
Yeah.
But I was like, I get these notifications now. I get it. I understand.
What a punk, whoever that is. That's such a shitty move.
Well, we assume she got pickpocketed because we were at a bar that was like entirely video game industry people, and she might have left it there. But I don't think a video game programmer is gonna like see a wallet there, you know, grab a credit card and run to Target with it. I mean, if a video game developer, if he or she was like really devious, they'd grab the card and get on Amazon or something like that.
It's Cliff Bluzzinski.
Yeah, wow, that's a wild accusation that you just threw out there.
Actually, no, I saw Cliffy at our hotel party last night, and then I met Adam Sessler.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, it was so cool seeing him and Morgan Webback together. And then I met Rod Ferguson. He came by the booth. That was incredible.
That guy's a pimp. He's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty seamless where the developer that was supposed to be on first that morning was running late, and Rod Ferguson showed up super early. He goes, I'll go on. Like, I'll just put my thing in. If we have footage, we have footage. If not, it's okay.
Yeah, it was wonderful. So we managed to, like, swap the two segments, and it went off perfectly.
He's the lead on Gears of War.
Yeah, he's the studio manager. What did they rename it? It was Black Tusk, and they now renamed it to the Coalition.
Coalition, yeah.
Yeah, he is such a cool dude. You know what? All the developers we talked to are, like, really great.
Yeah, they were all super nice.
Well, I think they're all just, like, so probably like months and months of work getting ready for E3.
Yeah, well, and it's like they get to show off like their games and stuff. And
I hope the devs are smarter now about the way they handle E3, because you used to like interrupt the development process, you know, where they would have to like make something they could show at E3, and like they'd spend months of their time doing that, and then get back to developing the game.
I think the happiest dev that I saw was the For Honor guy, the one that had the sweet beard.
And the cane.
Oh, and the cane.
Yeah, he's cool, dude.
He was really nice. But going off of what you just said, did you realize everything's coming out this year? Like, what's coming out next year?
Yeah.
Well, Mass Effect.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Is No Man's Sky coming out this year, or does that not have a date yet?
I think Uncharted 4's next year.
Uncharted 4 slipped.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Get some time to catch up.
Getting off on Howard Hughes Parkway.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was less like, oh yeah, you'll see this in 2 years. It was like, yeah, this is a couple months, you know.
Halo's coming out. I mean, playing Halo was so much fun.
Ooh, how was the HoloLens? I didn't hear anything about that.
Dude, you making a joke?
No.
Because we talked about it like nonstop
Seriously,
yesterday.
they would not. Every single time Burnie was on set with you, to be like, so everything's cool, but HoloLens, man.
It's so cool.
Like, didn't you, in a couple of the segments, you were on this stage and you're like, yeah, your game. Let's talk about HoloLens.
Are you excited? So, like, your game, which is a puzzle game, what are you going to do for HoloLens? Are you going to be making, like, 3D puzzles that float in space? It was just really cool. And our good friend, here's a good example of like, somebody's, like, trajectory in the video game industry. The lady who did the Minecraft HoloLens presentation that was part of the Microsoft press conference, you can see that online. It's really cool. They actually, the way they did the camera does really emulate the way it looks. You have to have goggles to see it, but the way they emulated that on camera worked really well. That's what it felt like, you know. But we saw Halo, not Minecraft. Anyway, Lydia, she was doing the press event and presenting the most advanced technology in that whole thing. Easily the thing that stole the show for E3, I think, for a lot of people, was seeing that demonstration. Lydia, 4 years ago, was a community person for Minecraft. She was a fan. She made, like, YouTube videos about it, right? She was making YouTube videos for Minecraft. Jeez. And Notch saw her videos, thought she had a great personality, you know, met with her at E3 like 3 or 4 years ago, said, okay, this is the way Notch works. He goes, okay, I'm going to hire you to do things if you want to do that. And she's like, yeah. And then she moved to Sweden, and she was the director of fun for Mojang, and now she's the brand manager at Microsoft.
Yeah, they gave her a real title since they got acquired.
Since they got acquired by Microsoft, yeah, they have different titles now.
And which makes sense, because like if they're talking to other like, it's probably more for Microsoft internally than anything. If they're talking to other Microsoft people, like other executives would be like director of fun, and just like not take it seriously, because it's, well, fun, I guess. I
don't know if her videos are still up. I mean, her name's Lydia Winters. Her original handle was Minecraft Chick. And she had pink hair back then.
That's like the fastest climb I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Community person to being on the E3 stage presenting this product.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stealing the show,
Yeah.
right? For the whole Microsoft press conference. I mean, the big moments were Fallout 4 in their conference.
Oh my God.
Todd Howard, who everybody fell in
Fallout
love with.
Shelter. I love Todd Howard. He's one of my
Everybody
favorite people.
was talking about how much they love him.
I saw him because I haven't seen Todd Howard since he was promoting Skyrim, because he this guy, he goes dark. I don't think he has Twitter. He doesn't do social media. He
No, he
just
doesn't have
doesn't. He fully goes dark
It's probably
for
why he
years
makes
at
good
a time.
stuff. He doesn't do stuff on Twitter.
It's amazing. He what are you saying about your content, Burnie?
I'm just saying he doesn't spend any time on Twitter. He spends time in the development studio making games like Fallout 4. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I saw him briefly because the first interview he did was on the Monday stream that Meg and I went on, and then the Funhouse guys went on that Jeff Keighley was hosting, and right after us, Jeff interviewed Todd Howard, and so I got to see him for like the couple minutes afterwards, just to like say hi and catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
That dude's so smart. He is so smart, and he's so good at what he does. I can't say enough good things about him.
Okay, we get it. It's okay, we get it.
So, Burnie,
the game's very good.
Humor me. I know you've talked about it a million times. What exactly was the Halo HoloLens thing? The Halo lens? Because like when you guys were talking, I was not paying attention to anything going on stage. I was just getting the next group ready, so I didn't get to listen to any
So
of the stuff you said.
first of all, they built a set that looked ship, or like a
Okay.
training area.
I'm hooked.
So they come in and they measure your interpupillary distance. I guess so they can have the convergence, so they can make the holograph thing for the headset you're gonna put on.
Right.
I, by the way, had the biggest one. So Meg was like 4 and I was like 69. She was like 47.
Your head is huge.
Well, it's not huge. It's
Your head is
robust.
huge.
You know, maybe one day I'll be as smart as Todd Howard. But so we did that. Then you put on the headset, and they were really cool about the way they did it. It was a really smart way to start that presentation and show you a hologram. It overlays, so you can see through the visor, but then it lays holograms over reality, so that like can enhance everything. And the first thing they did, of course, for that was they put up a waypoint. And they said, go to your waypoint. And so instantly, like, I know exactly what to do. You're going towards your diamond. It's counting down the meters till you get to it.
Jeez.
And then you get to it, and the like arrows are like this way. And you turn to the right, and then there's this briefing room with a big hexagon in it. Okay? Where you all stand around the like a hexagon with a big like display pad in the middle, where the characters in the game would stand to get a briefing. So then you the like 6 sides is yours with your waypoint, and you go and you hit your waypoint, then you turn and look, and while you're looking, there's this free-floating UNSC Infinity, the ship from Halo 4, now in Halo 5, I guess, too. It's floating, and you have a little red dot in the middle of your vision, so you can, like, precisely look at different parts of it. And it, like, breaks it out and shows the, like, the engines, shows the Mac cannon, shows the bridge, and talks about who's on it and stuff like that. So then once everybody gets in, then they start a briefing. And after this, you're going to be playing Warzone, which is one of their... Oh, I'm so excited.
No, sorry. Someone's just being like, his seatbelt's twisty. They're really mad about
That
it.
happens. All right, look at that, all fixed. You'll get mad about it.
As we're about to get out of the car.
I know. You'll get so mad. We did a thing in our house and be like, that picture's crooked. It's like,
Oh, the picture wall
on
where
our picture
all the
wall,
pictures are
all the
crooked?
pictures are crooked on there now. We gave up after a while. Now that we're moving, we're like, we'll fix it later.
Sorry, finish your story about HoloLens.
So then, so the briefing is all there to set you up to play this game called Warzone, which is like, it's just multi-checkpoint like battle. It's supposed to simulate battles from, you know, UNSC lore and history. And the one thing about playing multiplayer for the first time, whether it's a new game or it's new DLC, a map pack or something like that, is the first time you play a map, you don't know where the hell you are, what the hell you're doing. Yeah. So Commander Palmer comes on and she's walking around in her suit of armor. So she's like this tall, like walking around in front of you on this little pad, and you're watching her. And she's talking to you and everything, and she's facing everybody because we all have a different view through our thing. And she's explaining everything, like how to play. And then she shows the map and breaks out buildings and say, okay, now commit this to memory. This is where you're going to start. You need to take this point. You need to take this point. You need to take this point. Here's where your enemies will come from. For the first time ever, playing a map for the first time, I knew exactly where I was the entire match because I'd gone through that briefing and seen all that stuff.
And I think it was like probably better too because you weren't seeing it in like 2D. You were seeing it in like, you know, a 3D kind of like you're experiencing it in a different way.
Oh, you because you're totally locked in.
It's not like a top-down map, you know.
That you've seen a million times. You're just like, yeah, whatever. Let me just play the game.
Right.
You would not skip a HoloLens demonstration. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 years from now, sure, we'll be like, oh, stupid holograms. But it was so amazing. Like, they didn't tell you some of the enemies you'll run into, and they showed a hunter, and it was a 3D hunter. It was like running, and then they did that big shield pound, and then blasted its big plasma cannon, and then they showed a VTOL or a Forerunner Phaeton. Is what they kept. Some people called it a VTOL. They kept calling it a Phaeton though. It's like its given name. And that was really cool because that was like in like 3D as well, and you could like rotate around it yourself and see all that stuff. So it was just fucking awesome.
And then gameplay, like really quick, what was gameplay like? Was it just the HUD was popping out, or what?
No, it was. Gameplay. There was no HoloLens in the gameplay.
Oh, okay.
So you took it off and you went play the game like you normally do. But
Gotcha.
Warzone was awesome.
HoloLens porn. It's gonna be the next big thing.
But the nice part was you felt like a Spartan, right? Because all the Microsoft employees were dressed in lab coats, like UNSC lab coats. And they're like, go this way, walk this way. And you're like, yeah, I'm walking down the hall. And then I'm like watching this thing and I'm immersed. I got Commander Palmer talking to me. I'm like, she's like, get out there, Spartans, let's do that. I'm like, yeah. And you turn, there's like this big UNSC bridge that we're on. There's this hallway. And then I look up and it totally broke the illusion because when I looked up, then there's Gavin going, do I go this way? Where do I go? This way?
Oh, Jesus.
Gavin in his shorts. Totally broke the illusion. Okay, do you want to take this stuff in the side door?
Yeah, let's do it. So, all right, we're going to go.
If you're watching this, come let us in the side door.
Yes, please. Let us in the side door. All right, we're going to go.
Oh.
All right, bye, guys.